Can you believe it? We are on block number 35. 35 is what I promised, and 35 is being delivered. And this is our Minecraft Mob Head Blanket project. Mouthful, tongue twister, the whole bit. So, block number 35 is a sweet little cat. So the cat is a passive mob and is found in villages and swamp huts. You can tame them and they can be used to repel creepers and phantoms. Now I know what the creeper is, but I'm not sure what the phantom is. So the yarn that I am using in this project is Premier Yarns, their basics collection. It is a budget yarn. It feels good and it is low priced and you get a lot of yardage for a budget yarn. It's also pretty decent to work with. I don't have many problems with the yarn splitting or, if I have to rip something out, it pulls out easily. So it does pretty well. I'm also using a 6mm crochet hook and my 8x8 graph, which is 8 bobble stitches wide and 8 rows of bubble stitches high. The colors that we use for the cat, now of course you can make your cat any color, but the color that I used for the cat is black, light gray, dark gray, a medium shade of pink, white, spring green, aqua, and fern green. So the stitches that you need to know how to do in order to do this project are a chain stitch, a single crochet in the back bump of the chain stitch, a regular single crochet, and the bobble stitch. And the bobble stitch are 5 double crochets together, followed by a single crochet. And when you do the border part of the block, it is single crochets, chain stitch, and double crochet. For those of you who are new to the project or need a refresher on how to do a bobble stitch, this next section is for you. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is make a slip knot. Each one of the graphs, you will chain 16 plus 1 for a turning chain, so a total of 17. You will then turn and do a single crochet into the back bump. In 16 of the chains, you're going to skip the first one. You will back bump, single crochet all the way across till you reach the end of the row. And when you get there, you should have 16. Okay, so I have 16. It should look like this. Both sides look nice. Makes it easier for when you add the border. So for the first bobble row, you will chain 3. Turn your work, and we're going to do 4 double crochets, incomplete double crochets, into the same stitch that our chain stitch attaches to. So you yarn over, go through the stitch, pull your yarn through, and go through 2 loops, leaving one on your hook. You now have 2. Yarn over, go through that same stitch, pull your yarn through, go through 2 loops, you now have 3. So you can do that 2 more times. We now have 4. So we need 1 more. And that makes 4. Okay, so we have a total of 5 loops because of our chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you want to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops. And the very next stitch, you do a single crochet. That single crochet is what gives you the nice pop-out bobble. That makes our pixel or our bit. So each bobble stitch after the first one in every row, you do 5 double crochets together, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to do that for a total of 5 times. So that was 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to yarn over, pull through all 6 loops. You had 6 on your hook because you had 1 loop remaining from the single crochet. Then you follow that up with a single crochet. And then repeat that for the next bobble. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. This is 3 and 4 and 5. See how we have 6 loops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yarn over and go through all 6 and follow that with a single crochet. And see how our pixels are popping out? Okay, so you will do that all the way to the end of the row. When you get to the end of the row, your very last stitch is a single crochet. And it should look like this with 8 bobbles. Yes, it's going to curl up at first. As your work moves along and it grows, it flattens itself back out. So for the next row, which is the beginning of row 2, we do a single crochet, turn our work, and then we're going to place a single crochet in each stitch. When you do above the bobble, make sure you're only getting those top 2. Don't work down into this. You're going to put a single crochet into the single crochet and a single crochet into the top of the bobble, all the way across. And when you make it to the end, you should have a total of 16 single crochets. So it should look like this. A row of single crochet all the way across. Then you will, for your next bobble row, you will chain 3, turn your work, and do the 4 incomplete double crochets into the first stitch. The first stitch meaning the same stitch that your chain 3 is connected to. Pull through all 5 loops and follow up with a single crochet. So when you get to the part where you're going to do a color change, you want to do it in the single crochet. So pull your working yarn forward. Bring in your new color, leaving a nice tail so you can work it in. And you're going to complete that single crochet with the new color. And, pull it snug, not super tight, but pull it down snug. And we're going to work over top of those. So we do a bobble because our color change was in the single crochet. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over, pull through them all, and a single crochet into the next stitch. Now this particular one has 2 of the black bobbles. So do the second one. It's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over, pull through all 6. Go to do my single. Now I need to go back to my other color, and I carried it with me. I don't always carry it with me, but these are such a small surface that when I only have 1 or 2 blocks of one color, I will carry the color with me if that is what comes next. Okay, so I'm going to pull my black forward, bring up my other color, complete the stitch with that, and we're going to tighten it down. just make it a little snug. And then we go right into the bobble stitch. Single crochet. Okay, so that looks nice and clean from the front side. Oh, I didn't bring my scissors with me. Okay, so I'm just going to let that fall forward there and move on to my next bobble. Okay, so depending on which pattern you're working on, you're starting to see it take shape. You will continue this process for all 8 rows, and then we will come back for the border. Okay, once you've completed your block, you want to put a border around it. Each of the blocks will have a border just to make them easier to sew together. So you're going to start wherever you would like. And some people like to start in corners, some people like to start on the actual edge of it itself. So you're going to single crochet into each stitch across the top. And each stitch across the bottom. When you get to the corner, it is a single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet into the same space, chain 2. We're going to work past the bobble and into the stitch where the bobble and the single crochet meet on the side. Sometimes it can be tough like that one was. Okay, chain 2, skip over the bobble and come into that single crochet. That one was a little easier. Chain 2, skip over the bobble, go into the single crochet. So that is how you handle both sides. And the corners are single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Across the bottom and the top is just simply a single crochet into each stitch. The second round of the border is double crochet in each stitch across the top. Okay, the corner gets 5 double crochet. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. When you come down the sides where you did the chain 2 gets 2 double crochets, and the single crochet gets 1 double crochet. So 2 double crochets into each chain 2 space and 1 double crochet into the single crochets. So you will work that all the way around, the top and bottom, 1 double crochet in each stitch, all 4 corners, 5 double crochets, and the bobble sides where the chain 2s are, 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space, 1 double crochet into the single crochet. And once you complete that second round, your block border is complete. So it's 1 round of the singles and chain twos, and 1 round of double crochets. And it looks pretty darn cool if you ask me. So that didn't look so tough, did it? No, it is not. The more you do it, the easier it gets, and this blanket's going to look fabulous when you're finished with it. So, I promised 35 blocks. I have delivered 35 blocks, but there's going to be a bonus block. So there'll be 1 more block after this. But you're here to see what the cat looks like, so let's take a look at the kitty cat. Now, he was kind of hard to do because it really needed to be an odd number, and I couldn't do an odd number and have him centered because it's 8. And if I made it smaller or bigger, nothing else would fit with it. So it had to be 8. So I made him a black cat, and this is his mouth and nose, his little face area. It's got the light gray, the dark gray, and the medium shade of pink. His eyes are white and green. His little ears, and this aqua is the negative space, like you're seeing the sky or whatever behind him. And then the fern green on the border. So this is the back. This is how it looks when he's laid flat. All those nice little textures. And that's the kitty cat. And you have to hang tight to find out who the bonus character is. So, you will find the link for the graph in the description down below. You will also find links for all the other videos in this project in the description down below that shows you all the different mob heads that go in this blanket. Now, of course, you are free to pick and choose which ones you want to use, make duplicates, make it bigger, smaller, however it is that you want to do it. So, for the bonus block, you click right here.